Maya was hesitant about going trick-or-treating. At 22, it felt a bit childish, but her friends were persuasive, and she thought it could be a fun break from studying. They had planned to make rounds near their college, going door to door in the nearby neighborhood. Maya dressed as a witch, complete with a pointed hat and a cape, while her friends donned costumes ranging from vampires to superheroes. They giggled as they collected candy, sharing stories and getting into the Halloween spirit. Then they arrived at a house that looked a bit different from the others. It was well decorated with carved pumpkins on the steps and string lights hanging along the porch. Maya felt a strange sense of familiarity as she approached, but she couldn't quite place it. When the door opened, Maya's breath caught in her throat. Standing in the doorway, holding a candy bowl and dressed as a pirate, was Damien, her childhood friend and first crush. They'd spent so many summers together as kids, running around in backyards, sharing secrets and making promises. But as they grew older, they drifted apart, and she hadn't seen him in years. Maya! Damien's eyes widened, his voice tinged with surprise. Damien? I didn't know you were back in town, Maya stammered, her heart racing. I just moved back a few weeks ago, he replied, a smile tugging at his lips. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Wow, what a surprise. Her friends exchanged knowing glances and quietly backed away, giving them a bit of privacy. Maya felt a rush of memories flood back as she stood there, remembering their childhood adventures, the innocent crushes, and the friendship they once shared. She couldn't believe that fate had brought them together on this Halloween night. I can't believe it's you, she said, laughing nervously. You look different. Yeah, I grew up a bit, he chuckled, scratching the back of his head. But you haven't changed much, still the same Maya. They both laughed, and the initial awkwardness melted away, replaced by a warm familiarity. Damien invited her inside, and they spent the next hour catching up, talking about their lives, their dreams, and the paths they had taken. It felt like no time had passed at all, as though they were still the same kids who'd laughed and dreamed together. As the night went on, they exchanged numbers and made plans to meet up again. Damien walked her back to her friends, and as they stood outside his house, he looked at her with a shy smile. I'm really glad you came by, Maya. It feels like fate gave us another chance. Me too, Damien, she replied, feeling her heart flutter with a sense of possibility. As she rejoined her friends, Maya couldn't wipe the smile from her face. Halloween had brought her an unexpected treat, a chance to reconnect with someone who had once meant so much to her. And perhaps, this time, things would be different.